Hey beans, welcome back to another video. What's up my little beans, it's me Aliyah and I'm back at it again with another video. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name's Aliyah. I am 17 and I like making videos, and if you're interested in my lifestyle, you can for sure click the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. If you're a returning watcher, subscriber, hello, you're a part of the bean family. Tall beans, short beans, you're a bean, you're one of mine. Welcome back. I miss you so much. I'm so glad you're here. Wherever you're on that spectrum, hope you're having an amazing morning, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. And let's go ahead and jump into today's video. From the title, you can tell today I'll be giving you some tips on how to get straight A's in school, because I know it's back to school season already. For somebody who's gotten straight A's before, I have gotten some tips and tricks up my sleeve and like some hacks and stuff that could help you just become a better student and get your straight A's and 4.0 that you've been fiending for, no matter what grade you're in. I feel like all these can really apply to you unless you're like 10. At 10, everything is like easy in school. Don't they do shade? I don't know. I'm in my senior year now in high school, so I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. And for somebody who's gotten straight A's multiple times before, I noticed that when I do these tips and tricks, I am guaranteed straight A's as long as I stick to them and I am consistent with these tips. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into how to get and keep straight A's in school. So my first tip for you is that you need to stay organized. Now, I'm probably gonna have some really basic tips here and there, but I'm gonna tell you the difference between a 4.0 student and a 3.5 student. Most 4.0 students are very organized. Like, they stick to like planners, color coordinating, because they don't want to get behind on any assignment. When you get behind on assignments, you have less time to work on them, which means they won't be as good as quality as they could. But all you have to do is stay organized. I don't care if you color code your folders with your binders, your notebooks, and your sticky note. Like, just find an organizational way that can keep you just with all your subjects together and not get anything lost or anything, because when stuff gets lost, you can't turn it in, you can't get your points, which means your 4.0 is going bye-bye. Another obvious one that I have for you is to not procrastinate, and I feel like nobody should procrastinate whether you're getting a 4.0 or not. Procrastinating just creates such a big hassle because, one, it increases your stress levels when it's time to turn something in and you don't have it done, but you still want your grades to be good, so you kind of have the work, and it's just like, well, maybe if you didn't procrastinate and did it when you first got it, it's going to be a problem. So going with the don't procrastinate thing, make sure you do assignments as soon as you get them, but if it's like a paper or a project, make sure you do it in sections. Like, do one day you get like this paragraph or like this research part of the paper or project done, and like day 2 and stuff like that, just so you can space it out so you give the best quality work and not waiting till the last minute and giving crappy work, because crappy work doesn't get A's unless your school just got it like that. But most people's school don't got it like that, so just don't procrastinate. And every month, just like go ahead, sit down and write down all the assignments you know of, like major assignments and like major homework assignments, and kind of map it out so you know when it's due, so you can start kind of like planning out when you should be doing what for like projects, papers, assignments, and stuff like that, just so you don't give like half work, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that doesn't get A's, and we're here to get A's. We're scholars on this channel. I expect you to be great. My next tip for you is to study smarter, not harder. When I say study smarter, not harder, the first thing you need to do to understand how you learn is to know your learning style. Now, I don't know if you know what a learning style is, but literally all it is how you learn. I personally am a audio / kinesthetic learner, which means I like hands-on stuff and I can hear stuff and learn it automatically. Once you have your learning style, it'll be 10 times easier for you to study for any subject, because if your teacher just speaks and gives speeches every day, but you're a hands-on learner, you might want to do some hands-on activities with like friends, or like ask for more hands-on activities so you can learn better and get a better study tool created for you so you can get better grades on your assignments and tests. If you don't really want to get into like learning styles and taking quizzes and online quizzes and stuff like that, you can definitely take this tip from me, because shout out to Miss Chai, my 10th grade bio teacher, who actually taught me this. It turns out the more you recite, read, and hear things, the more your brain understands it and can recite it, because in your brain you have these little like spiderweb things, and basically when you learn something for the first time, it just connects, like boom, new topic. But once you go over it again, the bond gets stronger and stronger and stronger until you have it mastered and you can recite it completely just out of nowhere. I can still recite stuff from biology from my teacher Miss Chai's class, like King Philip came over for a green soup, Kingdom, Phylum, like the classes and stuff in biology, I can still do because we went over it so much. She had us read what we were doing the night before and highlight and marking up our like books and everything. Then we would go over like a PowerPoint and what we read in class the next morning, and then we would have like a worksheet to do by ourselves, and then we would have like a homework assignment, and then we would do an assignment in class, and then we would have like a project or something to do with it. We would watch videos of like the Amoeba Sisters on it. She was a great teacher. The method works no matter who's doing it. I recommend it if you're really not into hardcore sitting down and studying, and you can space it out better. Enough rambling about studying smarter, not harder. Let's go on to the next tip. The difference between a 3.5 GPA student and a 4.0 GPA student is because a 3.5 student typically thinks that once they're behind in a subject and once they don't understand understand, they will not get better at it. But if you're a 4.0 student, you have to believe that even if you're a little behind, you can still grasp and master the subject. And I know it seems hard, especially for like the people who suck at math. I personally am terrible at math, and I feel like sometimes I can never understand. I found myself knowing that when I understood that I can still understand and learn and master topics, I tend to do better in the class and my grades tend to go up because I simply just believe in myself. That's literally basically what it is. If you seem like you just weren't talented in a subject, that's not true. You have to believe that you are talented in all subjects. You just have to apply more work to that subject. You might just be valedictorian because you simply just believe it in yourself. Can I get a hell yeah? Don't be afraid to befriend teachers. And a lot of people might find this lame, or like they might only want to go to like the cool teachers who always give like grade boosts. No, be friends with the teacher in the subject you know you might have a little trouble in that you will master later because you apply yourself. This could lead to a grade boost at the end of the semester / quarter / school year because they notice that, hey, they've been working hard, they're just a really good person and a really good student, and they might be like 1 point away from like an A, so they'll give you like a little grade boost. Story time. It was the 4th quarter of 7th grade and I had a B in social studies for the first time ever in my teacher's class. I had A's for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd quarter. So he pulled me aside and said, hey, I noticed that you were 1 or 2 points below an A, and since you're such a good and vigilant student, I'm just gonna bump you up to an A because that's what you had all semester and I don't want to ruin your GPA. In the 7th grade, and I still had stuff like this happen to me even when I was in high school, and that was just because I was being a hardworking student. And this leads me to my next sub tip. If you didn't know, this is literally psychology, but the halo effect is when you come into a new environment, let's say a new classroom with a new teacher, all you have to do is show up consistently every day, and for the first 1 to 2 weeks, you are creating a perfect image for yourself. This is also known as a first impression for the people who aren't in psychology. Just create a good first impression for yourself and your teacher will automatically think, hey, they're an amazing student. And you can do subtle things like sit in the front. Being really engaging in lectures and like class time is also another one because your teacher will think that you're a really hardworking, engaging, indigenous student who really cares about what they're learning. And I don't know what it is, but it always works. The classes that I ask the most questions in, even if I know what I'm doing, I'll still ask a question just to keep me like awake and to let my teacher know like, hey, I'm paying attention. It works every time. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Being engaging also benefits you in the end because when it comes to your final test for like a unit, you can always remember if you ask a question in class, that might be on the test. And if you get the question repeated to you multiple times, you hear the information multiple times on top of it, you're more likely to remember it. So you're gonna get an A on that test if you ask more questions about it. Another tip I have, don't be afraid to answer questions and get them wrong, because 9 times out of 10, if you answer a question in class and get it wrong, you're more likely to remember the answer, like the correct answer, than the wrong answer. Would you rather be wrong in class or wrong on a test that could really affect your GPA and grade in the class when you really don't lose anything in class? Like, the option's up to you. Another tip I have for you, believe that you can get straight A's. Now, a lot of people are like, I want straight A's, but I can't do it. That's your first thing, because there's this little thing, I call it my friend manifestation. If you never heard of manifestation, it's basically putting out something to the universe so it can give it right back to you. So if you want a 4.0, put it to the universe. Wake up and say, I'm gonna get straight A's this semester in school. The more specific you are about your manifestation goals, the more likely they're gonna happen. So the more you say it and the more you act upon it, the more likely they're gonna happen. And if anything, you could just fake it till you make it. If you have like C's and D's right now, you still wake up and say, hey, I'm gonna be a 4.0 student, because the longer you fake something, the more likely it is to come true. I love the saying, fake it till you make it. If you fake being a good student, who knows, you might be falling into good student habits. Do every assignment even though it's not graded. Now you're probably gonna be like,
Aliyah, why would I do an assignment that's not giving me any points? That's really stupid.
Going on with my repeating information tip that I gave before, getting exposed to the information more and more gives you more chance of remembering it and mastering it and having it close to the outside of your brain so you can retrieve it when you need to. You will eventually, if you can remember the information faster, you are more likely to get the answer right on a test because you've been exposed to it more. And also, if your teacher sees that you are doing assignments that aren't even graded, they will literally see how serious you are about mastering the topic of choice of the assignment and the class, and it just looks really good in the end and it helps you overall. So just do all your assignments. It's gonna benefit you. You need to find motivation, because if you don't have any motivation for anything, you won't do it. So just find your motivation? My motivation for me getting straight A's is that I would like to graduate on time with a college and high school degree, because if you didn't know, I do dual enrollment, so my expectations for my schooling life were a little high. But I know that if I get to graduate with 2 degrees at once, I can take kind of a leisure or gap year in between me going back to university and high school. So maybe, just maybe, my motivation is that gap year, because I know if I get 2 degrees, then I have something to fall back on in the meantime while I'm taking my gap year and going back to university. Everybody's motivation is different. It could be getting paid for good grades, or even just the simple satisfaction of knowing that you got a 4.0 all by yourself. It just depends on the person. We're all different. We all have different motives and morals. It just depends on you, so don't be scared to find that motivation. Surround yourself with the smart people / people with the same academic goals, because if you didn't know, the people you surround yourself with are more likely the person you will become. So if your friends are more like CD people and don't really care about school, go to the AB people or the A++A people and become friends with them, because you are who are you surround with. I don't care what anybody says. People's actions and behaviors rub off on you, even if you don't want to admit it. It's a fact. It's a psychological fact. Don't argue with me. I learned it in school, in a class that I got an A in, should I mention. Making smart friends can lead to amazing tutors and homework question plugs. It's a psychology fact that if you are studying with friends, you are more likely to remember the information, because 1, you're having fun with it, and 2, your friend or tutor is more likely to put in a language you understand, which will make you understand the concept more. If you're not really into peer tutoring and you just have a question, smart people are the plugs for homework. So if you have a question on a homework assignment, I'm pretty sure nobody would hesitate to give you the answer and try to help you understand it if you ask to understand instead of just asking to get the answer. Another tip I have for you, now I'm not supporting copying before the moms and dads come at me. I'm not supporting this. I'm saying if you're gonna get the answer to somebody, at least understand where they're coming from and understand why the right answers might be the right answers, because once again, you're being exposed to more information, and 2, you get to understand the concept even further, even if you miss the assignment. Homework is mostly where your test questions and answers will be found, so just do your homework. Even if you have to have a peer tutor, it never hurts. Simply just be a hardworking and diligent student. Getting a 4.0 is not easy unless you're just naturally gifted like that. If you are, kudos to you, but if you're not, like most of us, you just have to work hard. Like, it's a hard thing to do. Not everybody can do it. If everybody could do it, it wouldn't be such a big deal, and a lot of people wouldn't be chasing it, but since it is, it's something you really need to work hard at. So understand that you're gonna have to sacrifice going to like 1 football game or like 1 sleepover or 1 party, maybe because you have to finish your project because that's what you had scheduled for today and that's what you wanted to do for the day. It's not easy, but you are 100% able to do it no matter who you are. I don't care what your grades are looking like. If you just apply yourself, you can really, like, really do anything you put your mind to, and that's really cheesy of me, but it's a fact. No matter what you put your mind to, you're gonna be able to do it. And I hope all of you from this video have picked up something on how to be a 4.0 student. Sadly, this is the end of this video, but if you guys like this video and picked up some tips on how to be a 4.0 student, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new, once again, subscribe. I love you to be one of my lovely little beings and be in my family. Comment down below any other tips that you would have for any other 4.0 students or want to be 4.0 students. I mean, who wouldn't want a 4.0? They're really cute. I'm gonna go ahead and give 3 shout outs to 3 people who commented on one of my most recent videos because they showed love and I appreciate it. I'd like to shout out Kennedy Malloy, Camila Rossayu, and Lavish I Love You Illy. I don't know what it is, but shout out to these 3 for showing love on one of my most recent videos, and I really appreciate you guys commenting every video. I notice you guys when you comment. I read every single comment. Make sure you follow my social medias. That includes my Instagrams, Twitter, and Snapchat, so you can keep up with me when I'm not on camera. I'm not David Dobrik. I can't upload every day because I'm in school, full-time student. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Stay cool. Bye, beans.